God bless you. My name is Eddie Perez. In 2017, I had an MRI and x-rays done. The results of those exams showed that I had a lung disease called pulmonary fibrosis. Pulmonary fibrosis is an incurable disease. It causes hardening of the lungs, which makes it difficult to breathe. In 2020, my lung capacity was down to 55%. One of the effects of pulmonary fibrosis was a loss of appetite. At one point, my weight was at 155 pounds, and eventually I dropped to 108 pounds. My body was weak. I lost a lot of muscle strength. In 2020, I received a letter from my health insurance company informing me that my health plan had been changed. I did not know any of the new doctors, and they didn't have any of my health records. I was very frustrated because of this change. My shortness of breath continued to get worse. Walking 10 feet had me gasping for air. Talking had me gasping for air. By the end of 2020, I was in bed all day long. I was like a newborn baby. My wife needed to change me, clean me, feed me. It was the most depressing and humbling time of my life. In 2021, I was able to change back to my original health plan. March 2021, I was referred to a new pulmonologist. After a few visits, they had me start on oxygen treatments 24 hours a day. The medications, oxygen treatments, and lung rehab didn't help me at all. In August, my pulmonologist told me that she had done all she could to help me, but unfortunately, I was not improving. She recommended the last option, which was to get a lung transplant. When the doctor told me that I needed a lung transplant, I became very fearful and very scared. And at first I told her no. The lung doctor also told my wife that I didn't have much time left. Many nights I woke up gasping for air, thinking that this could be the end. I would cry out to God, asking Him not to let me die like this. We spoke to my children and had some advice from other family and friends. After much thought and prayers, I decided to go forward with the surgery. I spoke to the lung doctor and informed her of my decision to go forward with surgery. She referred me to a lung transplant specialist at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Beverly Hills. The nurse that first attended me saw me. He called a doctor by the name of Dr. Rampolla, who told me that I needed to go to ER. I was admitted to the hospital and was there for 8 days. During that time, they did several tests, and one of them revealed that I had prostate cancer. The lung transplant doctor told me that I needed surgery, that if I needed surgery or chemo for prostate cancer, that it would delay my lung transplant surgery by 2 years. In November of 2021, I had a consultation with a urologist. He told me that I had a low-grade cancer and that I only needed radiation. Towards the end of 2021 and early 21, I was now doing physical therapy and pulmonary rehab to help strengthen my body for surgery. July 7th, I saw a surgeon to discuss the details of the surgery and to talk about the recovery time. He also informed me that it would take 3 to 6 months to find a donor. July 19, which was my 65th birthday, the next day at 2:15 a.m., I received a phone call. They left me a message. I read the message, and it was from the hospital, letting me know that they have found matching lungs. Immediately, I called back and they told me that they needed me to get to the hospital as soon as possible. We arrived at Cedars-Sinai Hospital 6 o'clock in the morning to check in and start the process of getting prepped for surgery. I was very nervous, I was scared, I was very fearful to the point that I was sweating. I even felt like I was going to pass out. My wife and I sat in disbelief and thankful to God because what should have taken 3 to 6 months took only 9 days. Another thing that happened when I turned 65, my Medicare kicked in. And because of that, all the medical expenses were covered. Surgery started July 21st, early in the morning. And according to what they told my wife, surgery lasted approximately 12 hours. From there, I was in recovery at the ICU for about 3 days. And then I ended up spending a total of 3 weeks in the hospital. In December of 2022, I started radiation for prostate cancer, and praise God, today I am cancer-free. two Bible passages that were a great blessing to me, that God used to speak to me during this time. Psalms 23, verse 4, where it talks about, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of the death, I walked through that valley of the shadow of death, God was with me. And also Psalms 91:4, it says that he will save us from the deadly pestilence. And the deadly pestilence is a fatal disease, epidemic, which is what COVID, all of us experienced that. During that time, my wife and I, none of us got sick with COVID. My youngest son that lived with us during that time, he got sick with COVID, but we didn't get it. God kept us safe and protected us. God provided the whole time we were at home. He was with my wife, gave her the strength that she needed to be there for me the whole time. I am especially grateful to our pastors, our deacons, and many of you that have kept us in your prayers. God has been faithful to answer your prayers. James 5, it says that the fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Your prayers availed much in our lives, and I encourage you to never cease to pray for the sick and the needy, but also when you are sick and when you are needy, ask for prayer. God is faithful to hear and answer our prayers. We just need to ask. I am thankful to God for intervening in my life, for all of his blessings, and for being in control the whole time, from 2017 till today. God has been faithful to us, and we saw his hand working in my life. God bless you.